airdrop claims, snapshots, so much alpha from SUI, Sonic, Hyperliquid, and many other ecosystems. Let's not waste any time and jump straight in. So first of all, we have recently speculated that LayerZero Airdrop Season 2 might be soon. However, this was very much disproven by the founder, Brian Pellegrino, who has mentioned clearly as possible, you should not be farming Season 2. Now, of course, there's always this cat and mouse game where founders say no airdrop because whatever reason they want, and then something happens. But then there's cases when they say, we said no airdrop, so what the hell are you doing? So yeah, they said no immediate plans for Season 2 LayerZero Airdrop, but that doesn't mean that some organic interaction is not welcome. And in that light, we can also check out the latest thing that they've got developed with Hyperliquid. You can send your assets directly to Hyperliquid from any chain. And in this case, you can see that it also doesn't cost anything in most cases. And in some rare occasions, you're going to be spending $0.50, for example, from sending from some other chain to Hyperliquid. It's going to cost 0.0001 ETH. And final news for Hyperliquid, Felix has reduced their minimum deposit from 2K to 1K. So if you're farming this one, this is great news to potentially reduce barrier to entry. Now, moving into Solana ecosystem, we have updates from DeFi Tuna. This is the leverage yield farming protocol we mentioned in the past. They have announced their token generation event, and there was a snapshot on May 10th. So if you've been farming this between December 14th until May 10th, you're eligible maybe for an airdrop from DeFi Tuna. And from Solana name service, if you've qualified for this one in the past by owning a .sol name, you can claim your token starting on May 13th. And for Sonic farmers, if you've been farming the shards, you have last one coming on May 15th. Now, if you've been farming LayerEdge, you also have the announcement from LayerEdge Foundation that the token generation event and airdrop is coming in May. All details are on their official website. However, TLDR is basically 46% is going to community, and they have not yet announced which percentage is going for airdrop number 1. Essentially, if you are going to be claiming this one and considering staking, which is also going to be available as early as May 2025, as soon as the token becomes tradable, you need to remember that most of the tokens that have had an airdrop have dropped in value dramatically. And the perfect example from recent history was Kria. If you have received maybe, let's say, $1,000 or 1,000 Kria tokens in the airdrop, then you could have sold at day 1, so between 30 to 20 cents. Let's say that you've sold for maybe 25 cents, but you would have forfeit 2/3 of your allocation. So in this case, you would have gotten about 333 tokens valued at around 25 cents. If you have staked these tokens, they would be worth 10 times less. So the token dropped by 90% in the meantime. So you have to do some quick maths in this situation and realize that you would have lost 75% of your airdrop by staking the tokens. So it's always a very risky thing to stake the tokens when you receive a free airdrop. So keep that in mind, that sometimes selling everything on day 1 is the way to go, or at least majority. Of course, there are always exceptions such as Deep or Hyperliquid. Basically, what I'm trying to say, if you're going to be staking your tokens, make sure that there's a very good reason to do so.
Hey guys, we partner with What Exchange, one of the greatest decentralized exchange right now in the market. I love that you can see everything on your screen at once. You can connect to What Exchange from different mainnets, and you can see here the list of hundreds of tokens. They are continuously adding more tokens each week. And What Exchange has an active airdrop. They are going to distribute 30% of the total supply, guys, into this airdrop. So that is why I am super bullish trading here too. You can see here the point section that they added recently, so you can check everything about your progress on this airdrop. And in trading, you can see how many order tokens you earn, because they have this payback system from the fees that you pay. Part of that goes back to you on order tokens. So check the link on the description to join to What Exchange, trade on the platform, participate on the airdrop of the 30% of the supply, and also get some order tokens back. All the links are in the description.
And as always, the best way to know if you're going to stake or sell or what portion, what amount, is to talk with other people who are very experienced in this field and are successful with airdrops. So one such community is our private Discord. We have so much alpha on a daily basis, and it's easiest to stay up to date when you talk with people in real time. If this is something that interests you, make sure to check the subscriptions tab. This is always in the first link of every description of every video, and here you'll find all information for monthly, yearly plans, as well as an airdrop tracking application which can help you keep organized. And finally, the NFT collection that's been generating 10% a month. This is in yield terms now, so we're hoping to get back to stablecoin terms as well in near future. And make sure to build a treasury so that when we actually hit the bear market, we have actually enough treasury to keep the 10% stablecoins for a long time. Now let's do a 2-in-1 with Celestia and Forma. So if you've been running the Celestia Lite node, you can do so by simply going in your Leap wallet. So actually 3-in-1 with Leap wallet. And here in the options tab, you can see run a Celestia Lite node. Here you will have written here start verifying, but once you do this, it's literally one click. You can mint your exclusive NFT Lumi. You will need a little bit of funds on Forma, so if you don't have assets on Forma, make sure to bridge either with the official bridge or Relay, because Relay is also one of the airdrop targets. But yeah, essentially it is a free mint and it takes a couple clicks, so it is definitely worthwhile to do. Okay, back to SUI Ecosystem. ICA has announced their tokenomics. It's going to be 10 billion token supply with only 6% for initial airdrop. It's the classic tokenomics, payment, security, governance. All details will be in the blog that is in the links of the video. Also, if you've had the Squid NFT, you're going to be receiving some Squid keys, and you can check exactly how much you've gotten on the official website. Also, if you're planning to get into this now, their NFT has actually dropped in floor price a little bit since last week. So keep that in mind that maybe you can place a top bid. Top bid is currently only 56 SUI, which is about $250 at current prices. Also, with the market uprise in the last week, we can see that SUI has done incredibly well, up 22% on the weekly, where one of the main DEX, Deep Book, is actually lagging behind, only up 10% compared to SUI. And if you're farming Magic Newton, you have bullish news coming in the form of launching a new verifiable AI agents platform in crypto. And you can also do a nice 2-in-1 by voting for them on Kaito. If you got some Kaito yaps, make sure to use them every week. You're going to be receiving 0.75% of NEWT, their upcoming token supply. And to wrap things up, we have the Pectra upgrade live on Ethereum network, and you have an NFT mint live for a couple more days if you want to speculate on future Optimism airdrops, considering that mint is an Optimism network. Finally, if you're farming Linera, you have a quick quiz to do with the wallet that you're farming this network with. And that is a wrap for all the claims, announcements, and alpha for today. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe with bell notifications on. Any questions, comments, I'm waiting for you in the comment section below and in our Discord. And as always, thanks for watching and have an amazing day.